This past spring, Dove released a viral video based on women's perceptions of themselves. Dove asked women to describe their own features, while a forensic sketch artist drew a portrait based on their descriptions. The artist never saw the woman, and the woman did not know what the artist was doing. The sketch artist then did another drawing of these same exact women, based on the descriptions of the perspective of a second party. The second parties had only briefly met with the original woman. They were complete strangers, and they were asked a set of questions to describe the woman that they had just met, and another sketch was drawn. After all this was completed, the artist hung the two sketches, one from the woman describing herself, and another from the witness's description of herself side by side. The strangers' descriptions were more flattering and similar to what the subjects actually looked like, proving that these women were overly critical of their own appearances. Good afternoon. My name is Allison E., and I couldn't help but draw parallels from the message of this video to Bentley students. During our time here at Bentley, we have strived for excellence in all that we do, and in turn, we have set these impossibly high standards for ourselves. I call this the Bentley mindset, where we have developed an intrinsic need to be perfectionists, becoming our own biggest critics, and we see any failures in achieving our goals to be flaws in ourselves. As I explained from the video earlier, the original portrait the woman described of them was full of flaws and blemishes. However, the portrait described by a complete stranger was much less critical. Because of the Bentley mindset, we believe we are defined by our accomplishments, when in reality, we are so much more than an exam grade we received, a leadership position we took on, a job we were offered. This level of competitiveness and drive amongst us makes us unique, allowing us to have come a long way these past 4 years. This year, I got the opportunity to work for the Office of Undergraduate Admissions as a fellow, and one of our main responsibilities is interviewing prospective students. An important piece of the interview is getting a sense of why the student is interested in Bentley. Most of the time, I receive the typical responses of business reputation, small class sizes, location, essentially anything you'd find looking through a brochure or the website. And I'm sure your answers were relatively the same when you were a senior in high school. But looking back upon your experiences you've had here, how distant and abstract do those responses seem right now? My college career has been made up of so many other experiences besides the original factors I based my decision to attend Bentley on. As a matter of fact, the hardest question I've ever been asked by a prospective student is, what's your favorite thing about Bentley? I was taken aback when I was asked this the first time. I couldn't put together the right words to explain the special sense of community we have here. You see, Bentley is made up of these tiny circles we wrap ourselves around, made up of different friend groups, organizations, clubs, fraternities, sororities, and sports teams. At a size of 4,200, we take it for granted that although we may not know everyone's name, we can recognize our fellow classmates as familiar faces. Being part of the Bentley community means collecting an abundance of free t-shirts from different sporting events, ranting and raving about the pulled pork at barbecues, working on at least 3 different group projects each semester, Instagramming a picture of the sunset between Smith and Jennison, and spending every Thursday evening at a fine establishment down Moody Street called the Skellig. These anecdotes are just a few things that make up the Bentley community, allowing us as members to feel loved and safe and a part of something, as if we're all in this together. Through those days we were snowed in, to the all-nighters we've pulled studying for exams, to the massive lower green space party on the night of move-in day, to the duck boat rally celebrating our women's basketball team's national championship, and to getting rocked by the waves on the Rapid Rivers ride in the Bahamas. We have always been in this together. What scares me the most about graduation is that we will be leaving this special community, this feeling of togetherness. We're leaving behind main bowl dance parties, green space snowball fights, living down the hall from all of our friends, and the most unfortunate image that has been the face of our Falcon ID cards for the past 4 years of our lives. More than worrying about finding the right job, the right city to live in, or about all those student loans, I'm scared of losing this community we're in. But perhaps that's just my inherent Bentley mindset, being too critical of myself. Perhaps I'm undermining the culmination of my experiences I've had here at Bentley that have actually prepared me well for the future. Graduates, do not allow the uncertainties of your future to forget all that you have accomplished in the past. Graduation day should not be filled with questions of what comes next, but rather memories of what has happened. Bentley University, class of 2014, use what you've learned these past 4 years of college to inform your future. Forever carry with you the sense of community, because we're all in this together. Thank you.